Are you struggling with stubborn dandruff that just won't go away? Let me show you how this one shampoo can give you a flake-free scalp. Hello everyone, this is Jeffia DIY. How are you all doing? And in today I'm sharing how to make a professional grade salicylic acid shampoo that fights dandruff and keeps your scalp healthy. Most dandruff shampoos only mask the problem, but this salicylic acid actually exfoliates the scalp, removing buildup and dead skin so flakes don't come back. And it's dermatologist recommended and gentle enough for regular use when formulated correctly. So if you're not a formulator, please watch this video carefully to understand what I'm doing. Put your eye on the screen. As usual, I'm going to display the ingredients and the quantity on the screen. Okay, now what I'm adding into this bowl is my salicylic acid. Okay, there are two ways you can pre-dissolve your salicylic acid. You can use two solvents to pre-dissolve it. Okay, I'm adding into this beaker again my menthol crystal. Since I'll be using a menthol crystal, I need to dissolve it as well. So since I can also use simply use same solvent to dissolve both of them, so I'm going to dissolve. What I have in here is my propylene glycol. Okay, please comment in the comment section to remind me. I want to talk about these two propylene glycol, the difference and why I did not use the one in the bigger bottle. Okay, please don't forget, comment me in the comment section so that I can remember to make a video or make another tutorial on propylene glycol. I'm adding in the propylene glycol into the beaker that contained the salicylic acid and the menthol crystal. I'm going to stir it, then put it on a warm bath, on a warm water for it to dissolve. It doesn't require much heat to dissolve and it dissolves very fast. I know some people will be asking, why won't I use water to dissolve the salicylic acid? Fine. Salicylic acid is poorly water soluble. It doesn't dissolve in water. So you need a solvent. You need to dissolve it in a solvent like propylene glycol, which I just did, or ethanol, or polysorbate 20 or 80. Okay. Or better still, you neutralize it with a base like TEA to help solubilize it in water. So I'll just put that in a warm bath in a hot water, just like let's say 50 degrees Celsius water. I'll put it there. I will be stirring at interval. So this is another beaker. What I have to this particular beaker is my salt. Okay, I'm using salt here as to suspend the thickener of this, like to adjust the viscosity rather. I'm using salt here to adjust or to help the viscosity, or adjust, let's say viscosity adjuster. That's why I'm using salt here. Okay, you can as well choose not to do with salt, but I'm using it as my viscosity adjuster. So I added in my SLES 70. Okay, Texapon SLES 70. We're using the quantity is there, so I'm using this Texapon as my surfactant or as my cleanser. Some people, they may add SLS, which is sodium sulfate, but I'm just using Texapon because Texapon is very mild. It's milder than SLS. In a herbal shampoo I've made previously, you can do well to check it. It's also good for hair. In those shampoos I talked about Texapon and SLS, why you shouldn't use SLS for your hair shampoo, especially if you have a specific customers that usually use your shampoo. So I just mix that, I kept it aside. Here in this another beaker, I have my distilled water here. You can use a distilled water. If you don't have distilled water, please boil your water very well. After boiling it, allow it to cool down, then you add EDTA to the water. Okay, but here it's pure distilled water, so I kept it aside. You can as well use a hydrosol, okay, if you know that your customers can pay for this, but I know this particular formula or tutorial I'm giving here is very affordable. So in this other beaker, I just measured in my natural soul or heck hydroxyethyl cellulose. Okay, you can use any brand of it. I'm using it as my thickener. That is my main thickener. White salt is my viscosity adjuster. Okay, so I brought in the water back, the water I measured earlier. So this is me adding in my natural soul or my heck into the water. I'm going to stir. Please, when you add any thickener into your water, please stir immediately. Don't wait for it to, just stir immediately for water to penetrate into every yeah of the thickener. So after stirring it, I'm going to stir it for more 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes or more, depending on the quantity you watching this video is going to make. But for this particular one, I stirred it for 2 minutes. Then I brought in my salt and my Texapon. I poured in the water, the water that have the natural soul, into the Texapon and salt mixture. I'm going to stir it again for more 2 minutes. Remember, I stirred the natural soul for 2 minutes before pouring it into the salt and Texapon mixture, and I stirred again for another 2 minutes. If you found this video or this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Joshua DIY for more beauty tips, more beauty recipes, cleaning products, and all the teaching we do in this channel. And share this video with anyone who's been battling with dandruff, depending on the quantity you are making. If you want to make bigger batches than this is 200 grams. If you want to make a bigger batches, you can stir for 3-5 minutes. Okay, so I brought in the mixture. I'm adding in my Jama Plus. This is me adding that. I'm using the Jama Plus as my preservative. I'm not using sodium benzoate. I brought in my salicylic acid, which I was pre-dissolving in a warm water. It has dissolved. My salicylic acid and my menthol, they have dissolved. You saw it, it's very clear. So I added it into this mixture. Now salicylic acid has reduced the pH to, let's say, 3 or 3.5. That one, it's a sure. Okay, it will actually reduce the pH of this product. So that is why you need to know your formulation, and this is where formulation or production will test your patience. Like, there was a video I posted sometime. I said, if you don't have patience, you can't be a formulator, you can't even be a producer. Now I want to adjust my pH to bring it up to 4.5 or to 5. Now this is where this product will test my patience or will test my skill. So since the pH is below, is about 3 point, I need to raise it up. So I added a dissolved caustic soda. If you don't have caustic soda already, just make like, let's say, 50% caustic soda solution. Then you add a drop, you mix very well for 1 minute. You check the pH again. So I added the caustic soda, I checked the pH, it was 11. It rose to 11. Okay, so I need to bring it down again. So what are the things that you're going to use to bring down the pH of this product? You either use citric acid or lactic acid. Okay, please, another request I'm making here, comment in the comment section also to remind me about, let me talk about lactic acid and citric acid, in using it to bring down the pH of your shampoo. It's very important you know all these things. Okay, the first request I made is comment in the comment section, tell me to talk about the 2-propylene glycol I brought out earlier, and again comment again to remind me about reducing the pH of your hair shampoo with either lactic acid or citric acid. Okay, you need to know why you should use each of them, or you should use any of them, or you should use the lactic acid or not use citric acid. All right, so let's continue. So I kept adjusting the pH of this product. You saw me, I will add my citric acid, I will stir, check the pH. I kept on doing that until the pH came down to 5. Okay, the pH was 5, I think 5.2. So after I arrived at my pH, I added my peppermint oil. Okay, I use peppermint oil and menthol together. Yes, you can choose to work with one, but I have my reasons for using the both. Both menthol and peppermint are useful for treating dandruff, but they work slightly differently. Peppermint oil treats the root cause of dandruff, while menthol doesn't. Peppermint oil soothes itchy scalp, and menthol also soothes itchy scalp. Peppermint oil is 100% essential oil. Okay, so it's a natural option or alternative, while menthol is an isolated compound. Then when coming to cooling effects, peppermint oil have this moderate cooling effect on the scalp, while menthol have a strong cooling effect on the scalp to cover it, because it's already getting late. If not, I would have stayed and watch it settle down, check the pH again, but it's almost evening, getting to night, so I had to go. Now this is the next day after 12 hours, and I opened it. Can you see? Okay, now when coming to color, you can choose to add any color of your choice. If you can choose to leave it plain like this, most salicylic acid hair shampoos I've seen in the stores is just plain. Okay, no color added, but you can add color. I added color to mine. You can choose to leave yours like this. You can add any color. Now I've checked the pH again. It is 5 points. Okay, it has come down a bit. I'll still add a little bit citric acid again to bring it down more. The reason why I'm bringing it down is for so that I will create a room, an environment where the salicylic acid will work perfectly, so that it won't just be a waste of ingredients or waste of money. Do you understand? So that is why you need to know your formulation skill very well. Okay, so you can choose to add any color. I added green to mine. You can add yellow, you can add blue, you can add any color you want to add, depending on what your brand is representing. What is your brand representing? Is it uniqueness? Is it luxury? Is it nature? Okay, that will determine the color you should add to your salicylic acid hair shampoo, or even to your product in general. Okay, so you can choose to leave yours plain. Like I said, most salicylic acid shampoos I've seen are just plain. So you've come to the end of this teaching. Hope you've learned one or two. Please drop a comment in the comment section for me. Thanks for always giving me your time. Wherever you are, always be safe. I will surely see you in my next video. Bye for now.